Hey Joe fans, I'm JoeFan82 here with another action figure review. Today I'm finally taking a look at Shadow Tracker. I've been after this figure for a long time, and big thanks to Gaz, friend of the channel, for donating this figure so I could finally take a look at him up close and personal. It's hard to believe this figure originally came out 10 years ago, in 2011, in the Pursuit of Cobra line. Hang on as we take a closer look. Here's the card back that Shadow Tracker originally came in. It has the G.I. Joe logo, which should be recognizable to everyone, but during the Pursuit of Cobra line, they changed it so it didn't have the red, white, and blue. It had this metallic sort of look to it, and I really like this. I think they could have continued with this going forward, and it also has some really nice artwork there for Shadow Tracker himself. I really like that. The back of the card has a lot of text on it, and we're gonna go into it here. Not too much visual stuff here. The top right says G.I. Joe is the code name for a special operations unit of highly trained men and women. Their purpose is to defend the world against Cobra, a ruthless organization with criminal tentacles in every nation on Earth. And this is part of the Jungle Assault mission. Got a couple guys there in the jungle. It says the G.I. Joe team discovers a Cobra terror-drome fortress covered with indestructible armor. The file card says Shadow Tracker works for Cobra as a wilderness hunter and guide. Scorning conventional firearms, he uses traditional weapons from around the world. He tracks his prey using primal instinct. He hears the dark whispers of the jungle, senses distant footfalls in the earth, and tastes his victim's fear in the wind. When Skydive lands in the jungle, Shadow Tracker instantly knows and starts the hunt. Mission equipment includes a dark trap reinforced escape-proof capture net. It's the only item listed there, but he does come with much more. Here he is out of the package, and he's looking really awesome like I expected. He comes, of course, with a black figure stand, has the Cobra logo there on the top, and on the front it says Shadow Tracker. And you gotta love this sculpt, guys. Whoever worked on this, the sculptors really did a fantastic job. Look at the detail in the hair and the dreadlocks coming down. Really, really amazing detail. And just the creepiness factor with that mask is pretty cool. The hair goes all the way back. It's not a soft plastic on the hair like kind of expected. It's a little bit hard and not that movable. He's wearing a pretty big tactical vest with a bright neon green there on the top, and then black. The rest, nice big pouches around, taking a cue from the 90s, having some big pouches. And he's got a Cobra tattoo there on his left arm. Nicely done, nice detail on that. Black gloves with some little, like that same neon green, which I kind of think maybe there's some little darts or something in there. It's not, that detail's not in there, but I kind of think it would be nice if that's what it was. And his vest has a little clasp here that's not too hard to get off, and he's got a gray, solid plain gray shirt underneath. I'm not going to take the vest on because I don't know how hard it would be to get back on there, but not too much to see underneath. And I love his pants. You gotta love, I'm a sucker for camo, and this camo is beautiful. It's black with that bright green. I don't know if they've ever used this same exact camo before or since, but it's really nicely done. There is a little sculpted piece on both thighs here on the side. I don't know if that's supposed to be sort of a knife hidden away there in the pants or what. I'm not exactly sure. But the sculpt is great. Some nice detail that you can't really see because of the camo, but it is there, and just a really nice job. Can't say too many positive things about his pants. And solid black shoes there on the bottom. It's articulation time, and his head does not have a lot of movement, to be honest. Not too much movement at all because of his hair and a high collar on his vest. So yeah, not much movement there. He does have some a little bit of side to side, but that's about it. His shoulders can do a full 360. You gotta kind of push him through his hair there. As I said, they're not that movable. Those dreads are not that movable. His arm comes up about so far. He's got single jointed elbows, 90-degree bend, and a full 360 turn at the elbow, at the bottom of the bicep. And it looks like he should have a turn there at the top of the glove, but he doesn't. It's just at the wrist, a full 360 at the wrist, and then another joint there at the palm, moving up and down like so. And his hand is molded into that sort of holding an arrow position there in the sculpt. His left hand is a more traditional gripping hand, and these are not soft and gummy like the 50th anniversary figures. These are pretty stiff hands we have here. Not much movement going on with these. And this one has the other side of the joint laterally on the hand. He does have a joint there in the chest. Can't really use it too good because of his vest, so not much movement on there, but his waist does have some decent side to side and back and forth movement. His legs come up about so far on each side and up straight ahead. Double jointed knees, nice and tight in there. And I believe he's got a joint there at the top of the foot. Yeah, he's got some movement there, not too much because of his pants, and no rocker ankles, but he does have a full 360 on the ankle. This guy comes with a heck of a lot of accessories. He comes with a quiver with, I think there's 5 arrows here. The middle one is removable. I do have this little kind of a rubber band thing that comes in the package holding everything together. It's still on there, but you can take that off, and that arrow is removable, and it plugs into a hole in his back through the vest. It doesn't stay in there perfect. It's a tad loose. If you mess with it too much, it might come off. And the arrow is kind of finicky. If you mess with that too much, also that's gonna fall off. But it looks great on him, that green, same neon green that's on his vest, and so it flows very well. I really like this net he comes with. It's in that same bright green that we've seen before, and this is, I think it's the same net that we saw with Crocmaster that was released earlier in the line, and has a little drawstring feature here you can use to trap animals or maybe throw it over the head of an unsuspecting victim. Really nice accessory. Really like it a lot. And it comes with a compound bow, and here he is holding an arrow. His right hand is kind of molded for holding an arrow. So it's really hard to get it to look exactly right, but this is about as close as I can get, and I still think it looks pretty good. A solid black spear, really nice detail on the sculpt on this, on the blade and on the handle. And the handle is nice and thick, no trouble holding this at all. It's not going to fall out. And you'll notice there is a little hole right there on the top or on the bottom of the blade, and you can slide in into other accessory. This is, I forget the technical name for this, but you can throw it and trip people up. And this is a brown, kind of a lightish brown, and that can plug right in there in the spear if you want. Looks okay. Or you can take this and it also plugs into this hole on his thigh, and I think that actually might look better there. Or there's another plug here. I couldn't get anything to really stick in too good at that hole in the back. It comes with this small dagger or little knife here, and a solid black with another peg. Then this can also fit in that hole on the spear, and I think that looks a little bit better. So he's got kind of a double bladed spear going on, quite menacing, and it looks really cool. An itty bitty black knife that slides into this sheath on the back. Does not stay in there too well, pretty loose and falls out kind of easily. And it doesn't stay in his hand well at all and falls out in either hand, so just beware of that. This is a kind of a pre-lost accessory. This is a Mambele, if I'm pronouncing that right, and it's basically an iron blade with a curved back section, and it's used in close combat as a hatchet or a dagger, or more typically as a throwing weapon. And that curved hook is used to keep the weapon in the victim, and then when they pull it out, it causes even more damage. It's typically around 22 inches in length, and it comes from the southern region of Africa. This is a kukri knife, and it's a type of machete coming from the Indian subcontinent, and it's mostly used as a melee weapon or as a regular cutting tool throughout most of South Asia. In his file card, it says Shadow Tracker might come up against Skydive if Skydive were to land in his area of the jungle, and I would put my money on Shadow Tracker coming out on top in that situation. Let me know what you think in the comments. Who would win, Skydive or Shadow Tracker? I'm going to show you guys a couple people I think could give Shadow Tracker a run for his money in the jungle. Recondo, Pursuit of Cobra Recondo, I think would be very adept in the same environment, so I think he would be a good opposition. And Spirit Iron Knife, also adept at the compound bow, same compound bow we saw with Shadow Tracker, although a little bit of a different paint app on there. And yeah, Spirit is awesome. I think he would do very well. And Stalker, who has experience in the jungles of Vietnam, and yeah, I think he would be a pretty good choice to go up against Shadow Tracker. And somebody you might not expect, Ambush. I really like Ambush, and he is a wilderness survivalist jungle guy, so I think he could stand a decent chance. And if I miss somebody that you're thinking of, let me know in the comments. I love the green translucent mask that this figure comes with, and it's really not intended to be a removable piece. You can take it off if you want to, but I'm not sure how easy it is to get back on, and I've seen a couple pictures of what people have found underneath, but I actually prefer to keep the mystery. I like not knowing. I think that actually adds to the creepiness and scary factor of this guy, not knowing what's underneath that mask. Despite having some issues holding some of his accessories, I think this is an awesome figure. Really one of the best sculpts we've seen in the modern era. Really distinctive. Love that this is a new character. We have not seen this character before or since. This is the one and only time that Shadow Tracker has been released, and I would love to see him in other media, the comic or any other kind of film or cartoon platform. I think it would be really interesting, and yeah, I think this is a great figure and definitely someone you want to be on the lookout for to add to your modern collection. Guys, let me know what you think about this figure in the comments below, and if you liked what you saw and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.